In Lesson 4.1, we are going to learn how to determine if two figures are congruent by comparing their corresponding parts. Congruent figures have the same size and shape, so you can flip, rotate, or slide the shapes wherever you want them, but they will still fit exactly on top of each other. This figure shows us two congruent polygons with matching sides and angles. When you name congruent polygons, you must list corresponding vertices in the same order. This keeps the relationships between all corresponding parts the same. Notice the name of the congruent polygons. See how they flow the same direction. We have polygon A, B, C, D, and polygon E, F, G, H. You can see how all their corresponding parts line up to the way the polygon is named. So with the information added to the right, we can see that segment AB is congruent to segment EF, that segment BC is congruent to segment FG, segment CD is congruent to segment GH, and finally that segment DA is congruent to segment HE. We can also see that angle A is congruent to angle E, angle B is congruent to angle F, angle C is congruent to angle G, and finally that angle D is congruent to angle H. Okay, so let's have some practice finding corresponding parts. In this figure we're given two polygons, polygon GHIJ and polygon ONML. You'll notice that I drew a red circle with an arrowhead on it following the direction that the name is moving, so that I can make sure that I get all the corresponding parts identified and named correctly. Now it's much easier to see that side or segment GH is congruent with segment ON, that segment HI is congruent with NM, segment IJ is congruent to segment ML, and that segment JG is congruent to segment LO. We also have four pairs of congruent angles. Angle G is congruent to angle O, angle H is congruent to angle N, angle I is congruent to angle M, and finally angle J is congruent to angle L. I have added a list of all the corresponding parts of the two polygons below the drawing. Take a moment to pause this video before it ends and make sure that you have at least two corresponding angles and two corresponding sides of the two polygons in your notes.